Hey everybody, Wendy Klinke here from Blue Cat Studio. If you're new to me, I am a former federal employee. I took the DOGE package, deferred resignation, so basically getting paid 6-7 months of my regular salary and benefits to not show up to work, and then I'm done. So I am using that time as a runway to build my small art business. And each day I'm trying to provide a little bit of report on what I'm learning, what I'm going through, the things that I'm thinking of, in hopes of inspiring other small business owners to also take action. Basically, I'm trying to build my revenue from, say, $1,000 a month to at least $8,000 a month to start. Building a business is as creative as being an artist. Now, you could just be sitting there in desperation, but sometimes it's like, well, what can I do? Well, what if? Well, what if? It's a wonderful exploration. At least I think it is. I want to be my own boss. And just in the 2.5 weeks that I've been my own boss, I think I'm spoiled for it. I don't really want to work for anyone else ever again. I really don't. I like this. So the number one thing I've been doing recently, which I find really helpful, is a small exercise in my little notebook here. We're basically on one side. I haven't really filled it out yet. This is for tomorrow. I have my priorities, like what matters most, like what's coming up, what are my priorities? Because this brain can no longer hold those. I have ADHD and I can't remember. Whatever's in front of me is my priority. So I got to write down what are the things that most matter here. And try not to have too many, because if you have like 20, then you're just going to feel defeated when you don't get them all done. So like 2 or 1. And then the other side, I sort of block out the day with a schedule. So I have a lot of like Zoom calls and other personal growth and networking things that I do throughout the week. So I try to block those in. And then, I like this one, I've got the first thing in the morning and the last thing in the day, because I know what's happening then. I know I have to drive my kid in the morning, and I know I have to drive my kid in the evening. And, then planning dinner around that. And so I've actually like, okay, what's for dinner? And you're like, well, what does that have to do with business? Well, I have been horrible at doing the dinner thing, and I don't like to cook, and it feels like a chore, and my kids are in high school, and I'm just like, I don't want to do it. But by me not doing it, the number one person I hurt is myself, because then I eat garbage or decide to eat half a pint of like ice cream. So having, nutritious, delicious, easy food available is amazing. So I'm kind of moving into trying to use my crock pot and my Instant Pot and stuff to just set it and forget it. I feel like that is the theme for my life. I want to set it and forget it. I want auto code locks on my doors, so I never have to worry about carrying a key or finding the key or getting locked out of my house. It's like the little things. What in life can be put on autopilot? So if I can get dinner squared away, that's amazing. So my schedule is not the same. And it's funny because I'm trying to squeeze my life into the same, 8 to 5 schedule that I used to have in corporate America or in the federal government. And it doesn't really work that well with this new business, right? Because we are in an entertainment company, and my busiest times are, at least when I'm public facing, are evenings and weekends, which is, kind of like when everybody else is taking time off, and that's when they want what I have to offer. So yeah, my exercise for this evening is to finish filling this out and kind of blocking chunks of time that tell me, all right, so from, 9 a.m. to 10:30, I need to finish pressing my canvases or prepping my canvases for my party on on Saturday. Or my other party, because I have 2 parties in a row on Saturday. Woo! That's going to be good. I'm really excited. So this evening I ended up needing to pick up all the paint for the party. It was maybe Sunday or late last week. I found out that the big party is going to be at least 65 people. And we finally decided on a design. So usually I'm prepped way further in advance, but because we didn't even decide on a design until a week out, I'm just sort of cramming it all in now. And I realized, okay, well, I have enough for like 10 people to paint that. So I needed to go get a lot of paint. And the Hobby Lobby people were like, you bought 200 bottles of paint. I'm like, I did. So what I find is, if I've got 65 people and maybe 7, 8 tables of like 8 people, or maybe it's going to be 9 tables of like 7 people. We'll see. I have to have enough paint for everybody. And instead of me running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to, dole out paint to everybody, I try to keep it self-service where there's like little bottles of paint that each table can use. And so I find that it's a little bit heavy expense on the front end, but it does make things go much, much more smoothly when people can kind of do self-service. And then I hate the idea of people sitting around waiting for me to do something for them when they are perfectly capable of doing it themselves. I add value where it really matters, where I have got skill set, but I don't think that squeezing paint on their palettes for them is not going to feel like a value add. It's going to feel like I don't trust you with paint, so I'm going to squeeze it for you. At least that's how I felt like when I used to go to Paint and Sips and they wouldn't let me just go get myself some more paint because I just wanted some paint. I only hit one store, so I could always go hit Michael's after basically decimating the paint supply at Hobby Lobby. So anybody else who's local, don't go to Hobby Lobby for paint. You're going to be sorely disappointed in the inventory. I bought it all. Tomorrow I'm going to be painting a large scale sample painting of the thing we're doing at the party on Saturday. I just have a small one, which is, great for, capturing it on video and stuff, but I need to actually make a big enough one that everybody can see it. Like tomorrow's sort of my drop dead date to have everything ready, at least in my mind, because Friday I'm going to try and dedicate some time into tidying up my studio and making it more functional because I have a clutter problem. Okay, I've said enough. I'll see you guys tomorrow's Thursday, today's Wednesday. Okay, bye.